Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to take these DIY wood shapes, just beware, skull and crossbones and an RIP, and make them into magnets. And I'm going to be using some UV resin. I will be using a flashlight as well as a lamp to cure the UV resin. And I will be using some different chameleon powders. And I will be using the Liqui-Ment Jet Black to pigment my UV resin. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some UV resin. I'm going to put it in this dish. You could also put it in a cup or something as well. I'm going to add some of the black pigment. Alright, I'm going to take a paintbrush. I'm going to do just an initial painting base coat, and then I'll go back over it. Alright, I'm just going to use my flashlight to do a quick flash cure. Now I'm going to go ahead and do another coat. Okay, and I made sure to get in all the little cracks and crevices around the inside of the cut. I'm going to cure that with my flashlight. And then I'm going to grab my lamp. Okay, I'm just going to stick it under there for 180 seconds. Alright, now that that's cured, we'll move on to the next step. I'm going to take this chameleon pigment. Alright, now I'm just going to put my UV resin on top of that. And then you want to grab a skewer so that you can actually push the resin around. You want to make sure it reaches the edge and that there are no gaps. And if you're wondering why I didn't just pour the chameleon powder directly on, it wouldn't show up the same way that it would on bare wood. With it having the black background, it actually helps the chameleon powder to take its effect. Alright, I'm going to do a quick flash cure with my flashlight. Now I'm just going back over with that black pigmented UV on the area here that I want to have black. Alright, I'm just going to flash cure that. Alright, then I'll put it underneath my lamp. Okay, and then on this one I'm going to do the same thing with the black. And this one is now done. That effect is. Now all I'll do is I'll paint the back and I'll put a magnet. So I'm going to set that off for now. I'm going to start working on this one. Again, doing the same thing, painting it black with the UV resin. Alright, I'm going to flash cure that. And then I'm going to try something. I'm just mixing some UV resin directly with that chameleon powder. And I want to see how it looks on the wood. It doesn't look horrible. It doesn't look great either, because you can still see the wood through it. But you could probably do multiple coats. So just do a quick flash cure and then go back on top. Yeah, I'm 4 coats in and I can still see the wood. So just to show you all that it's better if you do the black first, and I'll show you up here what I mean. You can immediately tell. Alright, I'm want to go back to the black. Alright, on this little one here, I'm going to apply some foil adhesive, and that has to sit for about an hour to get tacky. So I'm going to brush that on, and I'm brushing it over the entire surface. Alright, I'll just set that off to the side and let it get tacky. Alright, I'll go back to this one. I think I have enough black left of the UV to just go ahead and do the back of this. Okay, I'm back, and this has now been over an hour for the glue to dry. And alright, I'm going to use some of this transfer paper. You want to put the silver side down. And I want mainly this like burnt color. So I'm going to start from right there-ish. Yeah, right about there. And then just use your hand to rub it on first. And then you can grab something to then push it in. Alright, and then all I'm going to do is peel that off. And if you have any spots you might have missed or something, you can always just go right back to just that spot. There you go. Now you could cover that with the UV resin, bevel it or dome it, or you could just leave it as is. I am going to go ahead and dome it. So I'm just going to put my UV. Alright, that looks good. So I'm just going to do a quick flash cure, and then I'll put it under my lamp. And I'll do that 180 seconds 2 to 3 times. And while that's curing, I'll show you how to do the magnet. It's very simple. And I'm going to apologize. I had done the holographic to show it looks better on the black, and then just wound up doing the whole thing, and not holographic, sorry, chameleon. And I didn't really like it, so I grabbed my Dremel and I just started sanding it. And I had already decided I was going to do the back with this dye stain by General Finishes, and I did that, and some had gotten on the front, and I actually kind of liked how it started to look, so I've decided to leave it like that. But I did not video it, and I'm not going to dome this one. I'm going to just leave it the way that it looks, just so that there's some difference between the three. And then on the back here I did just use this General Finishes dye stain. But for the easiest part of this whole thing, I'm going to use the Super Bond Super Fast glue. I recommend, if you're doing this, don't use the thin. Unfortunately, it's what I have on hand. They do have different viscosities. It's better to use a thicker one for doing this, but I'll make this work. So you just want to grab some, I have these little ceramic kitchen magnets. They come in a set. And I'm going to put a little dot of glue here. And then I'm just going to sit that magnet right on it. And let that sit. And I'm going to do the same thing here at the bottom. and then I'll push that over, and I'll bring over this one, and this is the skull and crossbone one that I did with the chameleon. I think it turned out pretty cool. And then this one I did the UV, black UV on the back as well. So here I'll do the same, put a little dot of glue, and then drop the magnet and push down. All right, and I'll let that sit, and I'll put another one down here. And then I will let those sit. Typically within a couple of minutes, it's good to go. And I will do the same thing on the last one that I just did, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out so you all can see it. I think that turned out really cool. I just wanted something that looked aged. I think that perfectly represents it, that aged look. So I'm gonna let this sit under the light a little bit more, and then I will paint the back and put the magnets exactly as I just showed you. But that's it. It's a really easy, simple craft. You do not have to use resin, but I think these little wood cutouts are really cute. They're a good size. They would make perfect fridge magnets in my opinion, you know, just for something to swap in during the holiday. But you know, you could just do what I did with the foil adhesive and the foil transfers. That takes no time at all. You just brush it on, wait an hour, and then come, you know, rub it on. And then you could just pop some magnets on the back, or you could just paint with a black paint and then, you know, embellish it however you see fit, and then just add the magnets. So it's a quick and easy, you know, Halloween holiday theme type of craft. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and press the bell to be alerted to future videos.